Once you've convinced a firm that you want to work within their industry, the next challenge is to convince them that there's nowhere else you would rather train. Now, I know that researching firms and differentiating them from competitors can be an onerous task, but you must remember that there are fewer roles available with a number of people good enough to successfully take on those roles. Now, I'll start by quickly going through some examples of firm motivation questions to give context. Firstly, why do you want to work for this firm? Now, this is the question that most commonly arises in different variations, so I'll be covering that in detail. Next, which other firms have you applied to? Now, you may well be asked this question and people get a bit worried about it, but it's absolutely fine to mention the firm's competitors. In fact, not mentioning a firm's competitors might suggest that your career motivation is a little uncertain. For example, if you're applying to a large international city law firm and you say that all the other firms you've applied to are boutique regional firms, this might suggest that you don't yet really know what you want from your career, which in turn might suggest you're a risky choice for the firm to make, more of a flight risk. Of course, it's not a problem if you're still exploring your options or hedging your bets by applying to a range of different types of firms. Just carefully consider which firms you mention if you're asked this question, and be prepared to justify why you have applied to these other firms and to explain why the present firm is your first choice. Next, talk about a particular deal the firm has been involved in and why you found it interesting. Now, this type of question is designed to test whether you've researched the firm in detail. I received this question in multiple interviews, so it's definitely worth having to hand a couple of examples of the firm's recent work. Finally, how does the firm remain competitive? Now, this type of question relates more to a firm's offering to clients than its offering to prospective employees. And again, it's testing whether you've researched the firm in detail, as well as your knowledge of how firms operate as businesses. Now, your answer might cover aspects such as the firm's experience, capabilities, global reach, ability to build and maintain relationships with clients, its track record of innovating, its ability to attract and retain talent, and all those kinds of factors. Now, there may be overlap with what you would discuss if you're asked why you want to work for the firm, but you would certainly tweak your approach. I see people get that wrong a lot, the distinction between why do you want to work at the firm, i.e. why will the firm make your training experience from day one better than if you trained elsewhere, and why would clients pick this firm over other firms? Now, clients might not care if you get regular supervision from senior people or weekly training sessions. They're much more interested in what the firm can offer them.